All right, guys, it is iPhone season. Today was the pickup for the iPhone 17 Pro. And as you guys can see, we have each color for the iPhone 17 Pro. And honestly, I already unboxed these two, so I kind of already know what these look like in person. I'm waiting for this one in this video because I want to get my actual reaction in this specific video. So the first one we're going to go over is, we'll just go with the blue one right here. Put these to the side. So the first color we'll go with is the deep blue. Now with this one, obviously there is no black color with the iPhone 17 Pro series. And honestly, a lot of people got upset about that, which honestly does make sense because this in black would look very, very clean. It looks really, really clean in the blue as well, but honestly, if it was black, a lot more people I think would go towards that model. But I think the deep blue looks really, really good for those people that want a dark phone. It's still, obviously a very, very dark phone, and it looks very, very good in the hand. And honestly, in some lighting, like right here, it looks black. Like the phone looks black in that lighting, but in this lighting, like right here, obviously it looks blue. So it kind of does change. Right there, a little bit lighter blue right there. It does change on the lighting. I'm also gonna take this phone outside to see the color on the broad daylight. It is currently very sunny, but just from in this room right here, you guys can see from different angles, it looks from lightish blue, darkish blue, and kind of black in some angles. Like right here, that looks black from what I'm looking at the camera angle. Like that looks like a black phone. So obviously there's no black iPhone 17 Pro, but if you want like a darker iPhone, this is still a really, really good color. But there's one thing that I've been seeing on Twitter a lot recently, because obviously this phone just came out. People are getting their hands on it. Already, people are getting this phone dinged up and nicked just from the first day of usage, which is honestly kind of scary because this is obviously a unibody aluminum design. And to get this deep color right here, it is obviously anodized aluminum, and it is pretty much just a coating that's on top of the, normal silver aluminum. So if you get it nicked, if you get it scratched, you are going to see that color, the silver kind of color, instantly because of how dark this color is. So that is something to be warned about with this color right here, is because if you get it nicked up, especially if you go caseless, even if you don't go caseless, really, you're going to see this phone probably get nicked up and kind of discolor over time just because of how dark this color is. And so if you really don't mind that, then this is still a really, really good color to get. But if you want your phone to be in top shape, the best condition it could possibly be, then that is something to look out for, because this will get nicked up if you don't have a case. That is something to look out for. Obviously, this color does look really, really good in my personal opinion. I'm not even a blue person if I said that already, but I really, really am digging this blue. And honestly, both my parents are getting this color right here. So it is a very, very nice and neat color, but that is something to look out for if you don't rock a case, or if you rock a case that has this part opened up, because some cases do have that. It might get nicked up over time and you might see discoloration of this deep blue color. But that is the deep blue. Let's take a look at the silver color next. So if you wanted to protect your brand new iPhone 17 Pro, these are super thin and minimal, super, super thin cases for the iPhone 17 series. And as you guys can see with this granite frost, it is basically like a grayish, blackish phone when you install it onto this phone. But you can also see how thin it actually is. Like it is literally not much thicker than the actual phone itself. Another thing that I really do like about these cases is that the buttons are super, super clickable and super satisfying to press. Even the camera control button as well. So each individual button is covered and matches the case. This case also does have protection for your camera as well. So basically, when you put it down on the table like this, your actual camera is going to be protected. These cases also do have a nice frosted look as well. So it pretty much matches the aluminum frame on this phone and the back glass because it's matte as well. So that's something that I really do like about it. But the main thing is just how thin and light these cases actually are. It literally doesn't even feel like you have a case on your phone. And this is the Arctic Frost with the Cosmic Orange. And as you guys can see, it has a nice frosted look with this Cosmic Orange, because honestly the Cosmic Orange is it is pretty intense. So with this Arctic Frost, it calms it down a little bit while adding a nice texture to it as well. Also, as you guys can see, this case also does have super precise cutouts, so it literally doesn't even look like you have a case on the bottom of your phone as well, which I really do like. If you guys are interested in picking up one of these cases, I'll leave a link down in the description below where you guys can check them out. And back to the colors. All right, guys, so here is the silver color. This is my favorite or second favorite. I cannot decide which color is my favorite between this one or the orange. The orange is obviously super, super bold, and they're trying to get the most bold color because this is one of the biggest improvements in iPhone that we've seen, especially with the Pro models, in a long, long time. So they want to make it bold, they want to make it stand out, and with that orange color, it does do that. But with this one, it's just nice, classic silver color. And to be honest, it looks very, very clean and classic. Like, here it is right here. And I really, really do dig this color. Another reason why I really do like this color is because it matches the rest of my Apple products that are silver, like my MacBook Pro. The aluminum is basically exactly the same on like this, because obviously this is unibody aluminum design, and my Apple TV remote or my MacBook Pro or any of my studio display, everything is kind of this color, which is kind of swaying me towards this being my favorite color just because of that reason alone. I love that they all match the same kind of material, same kind of look, same kind of matte texture. I really, really do love how this phone looks. Nice and classic, nice and simple. And also, if you want to rock a case with this phone, you can get any color case that you want to get, which I really, really do like. So if you want to change it up, you want to be nice and bold and want to get a crazy color, then you can obviously get a super orange or neon color case for this phone. But if you're tired of that color, you can always get a different case that's more minimal, more everyday kind of style case. So that's something that I really do like with these silver kind of colors, because you can match it with any case or accessory and it's going to look good and match with pretty much any accessory or case that you get with this phone, which honestly is really, really good, especially if you like changing up your cases a lot. That is something that honestly you should keep in mind with picking an iPhone 17 Pro color. But I'm kind of swaying towards this one right here. But we are gonna now open the orange color, which honestly I'm pretty excited about because I've only seen this one in the store. I haven't really like picked it up in the store or anything like that. I just saw people, because mainly most of the people in the store were getting this orange color, and obviously it is the newest color. It is the most bold color, so it kind of makes sense why people want to get the orange one. But yeah, I have not held this phone in hand yet, so I don't really know like what this is going to look like in certain lighting. And again, guys, we're going to go outside and test these and look at them outside with like, it's very bright outside. So I think that'll be a good representation of what it looked like outside. But with these orange one, wow, dude, this one changes a lot in the lighting in this room. Wow. Like that is vibrant. Oh my goodness. Okay. I kind of dig that though. This one, as well as the deep blue right here, like these, the color changing between different angles is the same. Like right here, don't know how I think about that look. Like you can see the glass right here is picking up most of the light while the aluminum is kind of bouncing off. So these glass panels light up more on certain angles and match in certain angles. Like right there, again, you guys can see the glass panel right there is very, not really color matched with the aluminum. But right here, like in this angle, like right around here, they match really well with the aluminum chassis on the phones. But again, it really depends on how you hold the phone. In some lighting, like look at how much that panel sticks out on that orange color. Also on the blue, but obviously not as much as the orange because that's the most vibrant color. But that is something to look out for with this crazy cosmic orange. It's pretty much making my hands glow orange. That's how vibrant and just colorful this color is. And also, guys, this kind of does scare me, as well as the blue phone that I mentioned earlier, is that if you're rocking this phone caseless or just, you know, get it nicked over time, you are going to see most likely, you know, nicks and scratches a lot more easier than if you got the silver color, because it is not using any coating or anything like that. That is the natural kind of aluminum color. So if you get a scratch on this one, it's not really, it's going to blend in a lot more with the color. But if you get a scratch on the orange or the blue, then that is something to be kind of warned about, because these are super vibrant colors. And obviously this is a super dark color. So you're going to be able to see those scratches a lot easier. But if you're rocking a case, a super protective case, then you're really not going to have to worry about that. Or a case that has 360 protection, then you're not really going to have to worry about that. But that is something that I do want to mention. If you plan to go caseless with this phone, that is very, very important with these super bright and bold colors. All right, guys, so here is the blue outside, and pretty much the same exact thing happens where, depending on what angle you look at it from, it does, not as much, but it does change. Like right here, obviously it's kind of shaded, so it looks more dark blue, but if we put it straight into the light, this panel looks like light gray kind of. And so that is something to look out for with this blue, is that it does change. The color does change depending on what lighting you have it at. I still think this looks really, really good. I really do like all the colors in general, but with this one and the orange one, which we'll take a look at, does change color pretty frequently depending on which angle you do have it at. So that is something to look out for. Obviously, you're seeing these phones in Apple's natural, lightly studio stores, so you're not going to really see the outside look of what these look like on a bright sunny day like it is today in Las Vegas. So yeah, I think this blue does look really, really good. It is deep, deep blue, but again, it does change, especially this glass panel changes at whatever kind of angle you have it at. But again, it does look really, really good. But because it is so deep blue, getting it scratched and getting it nicked up is something to be kind of scared about, especially this panel right here, because a lot of cases do not have this protected. So that is something to look out for. If you're getting a case, make sure to have this. If you want it to keep in, most pristine condition, have a case that protects this part as well. But yeah, the blue looks very, very good in my personal opinion. All right, guys, and the silver color. Now, this literally just looks white in this lighting because it's picking up all the light. It is the brightest iPhone 17 Pro. It literally just looks white. Like, it's pretty much overexposed at this point. But this one doesn't, it kind of does change. This glass panel does kind of change in different lighting. But with this one, obviously, you're getting a white phone, different shades of silver and stuff like that. But in this lighting, especially in this lighting, this phone looks white. Like, you put a white skin on this phone. That is how it looks. And honestly, this kind of makes me want it more just because of how neutral the color is. Again, you can customize it with any case that you get, especially if you want a more bold case or one that's a little bit more minimal. You can change it up however you want, and it's going to match with this silver color. So yeah, this does look very, very good in my personal opinion. And honestly, I'm swaying towards this one a little bit more than the rest of the colors. All right, guys, and the orange outside looks insane. It is the craziest color that Apple's ever released for an iPhone. But look at that. It literally looks, I don't even know what this color would be, but look how different the color is between the glass panel and the aluminum. It looks completely like a different color. Like, they don't even really match on this orange color depending on what light you put it at. Obviously, if we put it more like right here, right around here, it matches a lot easier, but it really depends on what angle you put this phone at. The color of this phone is going to change dramatically versus the other two colors. This one is a little bit more like the blue, but it probably is the most dramatic color changing phone. Like, right there, look at that. Like, it literally is glowing up my hand with orange. Like, if your favorite color is orange, this is the one to get, obviously. And then I also wanted to get them all in one shot. As you guys can see, the silver one, it's just picking up all the lighting from outside right here. And again, it does not really change too much versus the blue and the orange right here. The color stays pretty neutral and pretty much the same in any lighting or angle that you put it at. So if that's something you're looking for, if you're that picky about, the color changing on different angles, the silver one is probably the one to get, just because it doesn't really change, because it's not really a color. It's just white. It doesn't really change on the lighting. But that is something to look out for. For me personally, it's looking like the silver color might be the one to get. So yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. Let me know what color you guys think is the best in the comments below. For me personally, I'm not even really a blue person, but I really, really do like this blue color. But if I were to pick my day-to-day driver, it would have to be between these two colors right here, just because this is the craziest color I've ever seen. And honestly, I do like orange. It's one of my favorite colors. But again, the silver just matches everything that I have. My MacBook, my Apple TV remote, everything Apple is aluminum. Again, you can customize this however you want with a case or anything like that. You don't have to worry about, your cases not matching your bright orange or your super deep blue color on the iPhone 17 Pro. So yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. But again, I think if I had to pick right now, it would be the silver color right here. So yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.